School! Data from cashbar.com. Because let's make it more excited. On today's video, we begin my review of the Decluttr service, which promises to give you cash for selling back your tech, games, CDs, DVDs, and books. Is it a ripoff? Does it work? Is it legit? Let's find out. So I myself have actually used the Decluttr service several times. In essence, what it provides is a buyback service from them to you, where you can ship them your tech, including cell phones, mostly just really Samsung and iPhones, tablets, also Samsung and Apple, and some Amazon, video games, Microsoft, Xbox, Sony PlayStation, and some Nintendo, some CDs, some movies, and such. You ship it to them for free. So they give you a quote up front of how much they will pay you for the item, and then they will provide you a label, a shipping label that doesn't cost anything. So you ship the items to them free of charge in a box that you have to provide yourself, and then they will pay you out either through a check, real old school, PayPal, or direct to your bank account if you choose to give them that information. So first off, does it work? Yes, it does. I've used it several times, like I mentioned. I've shipped them several different items, and I've gotten some cash back for it. Now, is it a ripoff? Well, it's very much similar to taking your stuff to GameStop in that you're paying a premium for convenience, meaning that you can sell things on your own and get more money. You could probably go on Facebook and try to sell it to somebody you know for more cash. You can sell it on eBay if you think the item is rare and get more cash through there. And same thing with and that applies to your techs, your technology, your games, movies, books, whatever. But here you really are paying for the convenience of just using their service. And if you download the app, you can just scan anything that has a barcode that they take. So CDs, DVDs, games, books, you can just scan it and it'll give you an immediate or an instant offer how much they will pay you. Now, like you see right here on their website, it is legit. They've been talked about on many different websites. They've paid out so many different things. They do have pretty fast payments. As soon as they get the item, about a day, sometimes two, later on they will pay you out in the method that you chose to get paid back. So it is, again, you are going to get less money, but you are going to get convenience. Now, I can show you my most recent order right here. So I actually included a few books and some games and some DVDs. Now, one limitation is that if you are selling anything that's in tech, meaning if you're not sending back an iPhone, a cell phone, smartwatch, or tablet, you have to get to 10 items, otherwise they will not take it. I'm sure that this is to prevent them from printing out a UPS label to have somebody ship them back their old copy of Clerks 2, for instance, as you see right here. Now, as you can see, the prices being offered are pretty damn low. You're not going to get rich off of using this. And as you can see right here, so some of these DVDs, actually for full disclosure, on all these DVDs actually have extra copies of. And you might be thinking, well, damn, I paid $20 for that DVD, or that 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I paid $15, whatever. So the value you're getting is incredibly minimal. As you see right here, 13 cents, 14 cents. I was cleaning house. I've been cleaning house for the last couple of weeks to prepare for an upcoming event. A lot of people are doing that right now because of the current climate and just try to get some extra cash. So as you can see right here, the main earners from this shipment were the 3DS games, Etrian Odyssey 2 for $11.97, and Fire Emblem Echoes. This was actually the limited edition for $15. Now, one other advantage that this has other than convenience is promos. So right here you see I have a promo code. I got 10%, which gave me an extra $2.83 on my total, bumping it up to $31. And if you get referred by somebody, I will put the referral link on the description of the video if you want to support me as well. But if you use a referral code from somebody, you will get an additional $5 on your order. So you can try to stack that together to see if you can get some good amount of cash from it. But again, you can see right here the values are incredibly low, but it's for convenience. So one other limitation that they have is that for video games specifically, they will not pay you more than $15. So if you have anything that is a bit older and you're scanning it and it's $15, odds are that it's probably rare and you're probably going to get some more cash for it. But let's make a quick comparison here. I tried, as you saw, I sold Etrian Odyssey 2. So If you go on eBay, you're going to see that there's a lot of different places that are selling it for 40. You see right here, 44, 43. Granted, these are brand new. Mine was open, already used, and I got a good amount of time out of it. So if you consider the fact that I paid 40 bucks for the game so many years ago, I got about 20 something hours out of enjoyment out of the game. I can't see myself using it again. I need to make up some space. Technically getting these technically $12 for it is not that bad of a deal. Now, you can either get the quote from their website or you can do it through their phone app. I recommend doing it through the mobile app because it is just easier. You just scan the barcode. But I just want to show you here an example value. So here you go. Let's enter a barcode for a game that I got recently that I am not going to sell them, even though I already finished it, because it is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, I apologize. I meant $15 on older games, so games that are not Xbox One or PS4 or Switch. You will not get more than that on your older collectibles or older 3DS games. But as you see right here, I can get $23.14 for Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4. Now, what about good old GameStop? This is the one that everyone always derides because, well, generally you trade in your stuff. You go into the store, you trade in your stuff that you paid 60 bucks for, and they want to offer you $2. So here you get 30 bucks, but this is in store credit. So if you want to get it in cash, that's 10% less, which is 27. Still more than Decluttr, but you have to consider that you have to go to the actual physical store to get this done. Whether it's with Decluttr, you can just send it to them, and if you use a coupon code like I did on mine, you're very close to the price that GameStop would pay you. Plus, you get the added convenience of not having to really leave your house to find a damn GameStop. You just have to have a box and pull your stuff in there and ship it out. So, do I think this service is a ripoff? I mean, it really depends on how much you value your time and what you're trying to sell. If something is, again, legitimately rare, it's better for you to try to sell it through eBay or find a buyer. I, for instance, had a copy of Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse for the 3DS, the launch version, sealed. I bought it, never used it. I put it into Decluttr. They're offering me 15 bucks. I'm like, these games are usually pretty rare. I'm going to take a look to see if eBay will offer me more. I sold it on eBay and got about 90 bucks for it because it is rare. So if you have things that are really rare, or if you even suspect that they are, go through eBay, and this will be a little lesson from me as far as selling on eBay. The real indicator of an item's value is when you see somebody bidding on it. So I can try to sell you my copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake for 40 bucks, because it's technically worth 60 bucks and it has a high resale value because people are still buying it. But if no one's in the market to get it, if no one's actually making offers, then it's essentially, a moot point. Even if something is technically worth a lot of money, if no one's buying it, it's, not going to get you much good. Which is why, even though I sold a lot of my 3DS games through eBay before making this review and this order here, I went through here and I sold a bunch of them on here. I tried to sell, I had a copy of, this is an old one, King of Fighters EX Neo Blood on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah. Decluttr was offering me about 43 cents for it. I went on eBay and sold it for 48 bucks. But if I take a copy of something that was released not that long ago, I'd say most AAA, most video games that are released that are, again, not rare, not in limited print, you're going to get a very lowball offer on Decluttr, and the game probably isn't worth much on here either. So keep that in mind. Depends on what kind of game it is and how rare it is how much money you're going to get. But as far as I'm concerned, for what it is and how convenient it is, I also actually sold an old iPhone on here about a month and a half ago. It's an old iPhone 6. I always keep an extra around. This is actually one for a family member, but I keep an extra for them just in case their new phone croaks. You never know, so I always want to make sure I have an extra around. They then replaced that phone, or I said we replaced it for them. So now you don't need two backups, so I sold that old phone for about 45 bucks. I just put in what phone it was, the carrier, the condition, which was good, and all I had to send back to them was the phone and the charger. That's it. They got the phone. A day later, they PayPal'd me 45 bucks. So again, for what it is, and if you're just trying to clear out stuff, because another point to make in favor of them, to play devil's advocate here, if you have a bunch of stuff that you're not really using, is just gathering dust, and if you don't think you're going to use it again, and if you can confirm through a little bit of research, again, use eBay, that the item isn't legitimately rare and you don't really see a use for it again and just taking up space, why not sell it and get a little bit extra cash? Now again, I put my referral code on the description if you'd like to use it. If you do, you'll get an extra $5 on your first trade-in order. And of course, always do a Google search for Decluttr promo codes. Just like you saw in my order, I used promo code Recycle10. I got an extra 10% back in rewards, trade-in value. So that definitely helps. So just make sure you do a quick search for that before you complete your order and get some extra cash to use on more pressing things that you might need. But that is it. Again, for what it is, the Decluttr service gets a recommendation from me. As long as you don't mind that you're going to be getting less than you could potentially get, but you have to remember that you don't have to make an eBay auction, wait to get the money, hope you get the money, send it out, all that good jazz. Then it's good for the convenience. It's well worth the price of admission, in my opinion. But that is it. One more time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again to the first responders who are out there risking your lives for the rest of us. Do very much appreciate it. Virtual hug and high five to all of you. And thank you to everybody else for joining and all the support, watching, and recommendations. I do very much appreciate that. If you like what you've been seeing, please make sure you give it a little visit to that like button down below. It really does help the channel quite a bit when you give it a visit. I do appreciate it. And of course, if you like what you've been seeing, I want to see more of it, I review different services, reward services that you can use to make some extra side cash or gift cards, whether it's applications like Swag Bucks or My Points or Berry Dice, or website services like Decluttr, and of course Microsoft Rewards. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so you can be notified immediately once a new video drops from me. But that is it for everything, guys. Thank you again for joining me. Go out there, play some games, make some money, spend some money, save some money, don't get boned. Get boning.